Good afternoon, folks. My name is John Fry. I'm a judge here in the 17th Circuit. You're here for something that we call magistrate. Magistrate's your first appearance in front of a judge. The judge's job is to establish whether or not there's probable cause. That's a reasonable, prudent belief that the crime that you're alleged to have committed did occur. If, in fact, there is probable cause, then we move to the second phase of this case. What happens then is I decide what the appropriate bond is. I take into consideration a number of factors, including what you're charged with, including the facts associated with the probable cause affidavit, the risk that you possess to the community, and your ties to the community. I also potentially will look at your criminal history. When you come forward, this is a non-adversarial proceeding. What that means is that we're not here to fight. It's not a day for you to tell your story. You have a right to be present at any and all important sections or intersections of your case, and so you have a right to be present and hear what's going on. I will not prohibit you from speaking to me. However, I do strongly, very, very strongly, suggest that you consider what you're going to say before you speak. If you're at the main jail, there's an esteemed representative, the Office of the Public Defender there. He's going to be merely pushing buttons when you start trying to say stuff that you probably shouldn't say. I don't have a problem with that. However, if you want to speak to me, he does not have the ability to stop you. He will counsel you. I will counsel you not to talk about the case, but unfortunately, at least half the time you all do, and that is recorded and memorialized for prosperity. So here we go. Denisha Smith.
She's here present at the main jail, Judge. She is approaching.
Okay.
It's a municipal ordinance case.
Hang on one second, Ms. Smith. All right, so you have a capias in the amount of $500. You have court set for August 24th, which I believe is, when's August 24th? Tomorrow or the next day? Thursday. Day after tomorrow. Good luck, young lady. All right, Tara Lynn Edwards. Tara Lynn Edwards.
No Broward, Your Honor. The next 4 or 5, maybe.
All right then.
Hello.
Good afternoon. You have a no bond warrant on a violation of probation. You have court on the 25th, which I believe is Friday. Good luck.
Okay.
Bianca Woodard. Bianca Woodard.
North Broward again.
Miss Woodard, good afternoon. You have a violation of parole. The violation of parole is a no bond hold, so you're going to be in custody until parole gets a hold of you. Good luck, young lady.
Thank you.
Colette Credle. Colette Credle. Ms. Credle, I have a violation of probation, no bond, in case number 1512013CF10A. There's 3 separate no bond holds on that. In case number 156051 or 91, there's 2 no bond holds, and then 2392, there's 2 additional no bond holds. So you have a total of 7 no bond warrants. Good luck, young lady. Kara Fitzgerald. Kara Fitzgerald.
Your Honor, she's on the phone with pretrial release right now.
All right. So as soon as y'all are done, have her come up to the thing. Nashea Scott Barnett.
North Broward.
Judge, I was speaking with Miss Scott Barnett right before you took the bench. In fact, as you took the bench. I don't have a police report on her, so I really can't make it. Oh, did you drop it off over here?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Ma'am,
Don't say anything.
if you hang on for just a minute, please.
No problem. I'm
If you could give me a second, Judge, just let me look this over real
Take your
quickly.
time.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Couldn't tell you. I have no idea. What do you mean? These are these are the cases that she has pending right now. That those three charges she's out on right now. So going on at the moment. Mm-hmm.
Scott Barnett, has the Officer of Public Defender had a chance to review, the warrant?
I had none.
All right. Ma'am, what case are you here on?
And you're on.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, you're charged with, three additional counts. The first is accessory after the fact of the first degree felony, specifically a sexual battery. The second is a touch strike battery, and the third charge.
Judge, you have to turn the screen back. There you go, we got it.
It's very touchy. All right, so the fourth count is gonna be accessory after the fact of a first-degree felony, that's a sexual battery. The fifth is going to be a touch strike battery. And the sixth is going to be a false imprisonment.
Your Honor,
State.
just to note, the accessory after the fact, that's what the jail booked it under, but it appears, going by, in the warrant, it's a principal
Okay.
to sexual battery, Your Honor.
And she does have a statutory right to a bond in that situation, correct?
Absolutely, Judge.
And counts 1, 2, and 3, do we know what they are?
I do, Your Honor. Counts 1 is operating without a valid driver's license. She has a $25 bond. 2 and 3, she's being held no bond on 2 separate violation of probation warrants on misdemeanor charges. Has the court found probable? I don't.
Yeah, the court does find probable cause as to all 3 charges.
Your Honor, I would advise the court that Ms. Barnett is out on bond on 2 separate felony cases.
Give them to me, please.
Well, if I could just, if I
Take your time.
Your Honor, she was released June 10th of this year, noting that the allegations on this warrant occurred on August 6th of this year.
Okay.
The case numbers: 1 count of battery on a person over the age of 65. Case number.
Excuse me.
Do not say anything.
Oh, sorry.
172074 CF10A. Then criminal mischief over $1,000 and throwing a missile into a dwelling or vehicle. Case number 174073 CF10A.
Okay, ma'am. The person who you heard very sternly tell you not to say anything is the public defender for the 17th Circuit. His job, whether or not he's representing you, is as a, what we call in legal terms, a friend of the court, to give you advice not to say anything. You're in a very, very, very serious predicament here, and there's a number of issues going on. All right, the first one I'm going to start with is your current case. In that particular case, as I mentioned, you have 3 additional pending charges. The court does find probable cause in all 3 of those additional charges. As such, based upon the finding of probable cause from an event that occurred allegedly on or around September, no, that's not it. August 6, 2017, the court takes note that on June 10th, 2017, you were released from jail on other felony charges. So the first charge, the first case that you have is 172074 CF10A. At this time, based upon probable cause affidavit in the current case, I revoke your pretrial release. You'd be remanded to the custody of Sheriff of Broward County, no bond. And the second case that you have is case number 174073 CF10A. Again, the court, having reviewed the probable cause affidavit in the current case, finds that you have violated your pretrial release in that other case and remands you to the custody of the Sheriff of Broward County, no bond. 1 second, please. Thanks for telling me, guys.
It's.
All right, Ms. Scott Barnett, you asked the deputies, I heard you ask the deputies, can somebody explain that to you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, and again, I highly suggest you just quietly listen as I explain it. If you have a question about what I'm explaining to you, you can ask it, but be very careful. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You had 2 other felony cases that were open and pending. You were released from custody of the Sheriff of Broward County on some kind of pretrial release conditions. Do you understand what I just said?
Yes, sir.
All right. Subsequent to that, you allegedly committed this act. All right. And that was after you had been released. All right. Your participation in this act, I do find probable cause to believe that you committed this act. So as such, I have the authority, and I would dare say the duty, based upon the fact pattern that I see here, to violate your pretrial release and put you in the sheriff's office jail until such time as you work through these cases. Why? Because, quite frankly, you're a threat to society, and your conduct, if in fact true, is heinous in and of itself. So, based upon the fact pattern that I have here, I'm violating your pretrial release on both those other cases. Do you understand what I just said?
Yes, may I say something, sir?
Ma'am, I
I
can't
don't
suggest to
think
you
you
in the
should.
strongest way possible that you don't say anything, but having said that and suggesting that you don't, I cannot stop you from speaking.
Sir, listen, sir. I knew nothing. Okay, I got arrested Saturday, sir. The only thing
Ma'am,
I
you
was...
understand you're talking about this case, right?
Yes, sir.
You understand
say
that
anything.
you probably really shouldn't say anything. This is the last warning I'm going to give you.
I understand what you're saying, sir, but I have school. School just started, sir. I'm in school and everything, sir. I know absolutely nothing of these charges, these new charges that just brought up. I know nothing of these charges, sir. This is what I'm telling you. I know nothing of these charges, sir. You're telling me that I'm a threat to society. I'm not, sir. I'm in school. I'm in extended foster care. I'm trying to get my apartment with them. I have to be in school in order to do that. I already missed the first and the second day of school, sir. I'm not a threat to society.
All right, ma'am, again, I suggest that you don't say anything. I'm not going to mention any names here, but it's alleged that you video recorded multiple acts of sexual battery, that you assisted in the detaining of a woman, and things continuing along those lines. Ma'am, I do find probable cause, and I'm going to leave it at that because I don't think anything else should be said by me at this time. Counsel,
And Your Honor, I apologize if you already did. I just couldn't remember. Did the court order no victim contact?
I haven't gotten that far yet. I haven't even given her a bond
That's
on
why
this
I
case.
apologize in advance.
All right, so as to the principal in a first degree, based upon your two open pending felony cases, and the fact pattern in this case, I set your bond in the amount of $50,000. As to count 5, the touch strike battery, I set your bond in the amount of $10,000. As to count 6, the false imprisonment of an adult, I set your bond in the amount of $10,000. That makes your bond for counts 4, 5, and 6 $70,000. And again, you're remanded no bond in any of the other two cases. I'm advising you, what do you want me to do about notification? Just initials? Or
I would just ask the initials, Judge, please. And Mr. Reedy does have a copy of the arrest warrant. If I'm sure he can resolve it.
It also appears as though Ms. Scott Barnett is represented by Regional Conflict Counsel
Okay,
on the two cases that you revoked her bond on.
okay.
So I'll notify them as to what's happened here this afternoon. Ms. Scott Barnett, I urge you very strongly, do not discuss the facts of this case with anyone while you are in jail. All of your phone conversations are being recorded. There are people listening. They will use those conversations against you. I know that you seem to have a proclivity to talk. I would suggest that you do not.
Ma'am, I'm also advising you to have no contact any way, what shape or form with the alleged victim in this who goes by the initials of CT. Do you understand what I just said to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ma'am, that means not even discussing with somebody, to have somebody talk to her, to have somebody do anything as it pertains to this case. Good luck, young lady. Anything further state on that?
Nothing from the state. Thank you, Judge.
Miss Fitzgerald is ready, Your Honor.
All right, let's do Miss Fitzgerald, and then we will do our Spanish translators.
Your Honor, I
Oh, we'll
also
do
have
Creole.
one more. Your Honor, I also have one more female, but she's on the second look. Is it possible I can get her seen so I can get the females returned to their units?
Yeah, hang on one second. So we're at Fitzgerald, right?
Yeah.
What now? Miss Fitzgerald, your bond has been posted. So you should be out at some point later this afternoon, evening, tonight, wee hours of the morning. Good luck. Court does find probable cause. All right, so let's start with North Broward. North Broward, who do you have on second look so you can get your females out?
I just like to have, only my female I'd like to be seen. Taylor, Lakeisha.
Lakeisha Taylor.
Yes. Should I walk out? Did he do you already? Yeah. If he's already done with you, yeah, get it back himself first.
This is a motion to release, Judge.
Were charges filed?
No, Your Honor, she's entitled to a release on these charges.
ROR, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Can I ask you something?
You're getting released with no monetary bond. It doesn't get any better than that. You sure you want to talk?
On all my charges?
Just,
On,
Yeah, okay.
on the case I have right now, yes.
she being held.
I want to ask you
What's-
about
should
the
be-
You still have an additional pending charge apparently,
With the,
with a $1,000 bond.
I was bonded out on that and they surrendered my bond.
Okay, you're gonna need to get a hold of your bondsman and work through it, okay? But
All
this
right, thank
current
you.
case, you're gonna be ROR. Good luck.
Okay.
All right,
thank you.
North Broward, that take care of your females?
Yeah, my females are done. I can get them back to the unit. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No worries. All right, the Creole case, do we know a name?
I don't know if we can do that. I know we have the facts.
Johnny Charles, Judge, on page 20.
Johnny Charles on page 20. I got it right here. All right, Madam, I can never get this right. Madam Translator.
Interpreter.
Oh, goodness.
you're close.
When you think about it, an interpreter takes what I'm saying and puts it out as she feels it, whereas a translator just converts what I say to the other
It's a
language.
term of art. You ask
Right,
one
see.
person, they say this.
The translator writes.
Ma'am, raise your right hand. You swear and/or affirm translate English to Creole, Creole to English to the best of your ability.
I do.
Tell us your name.
Chantal Bazelin, certified court interpreter.
All right, I ask you to translate as accurately as you can. Mr. Charles, good afternoon.
Monsieur Charles, bon après-midi. Monsieur Charles, bon après-midi. Est-ce que vous entendez? Okay.
All right, sir, you have a open capias with a $250 bond.
Monsieur Ogonka avec un bon de $250.
That charges possession of cannabis.
Et il dit que tu as gain sous ou tu gain marijuana sous cannabis.
Do you understand?
Est-ce que vous comprenez?
We can't hear him.
We can't hear him.
Yo te kon sat lan, san dwid la, san marijuana.
Moi, pas attendre ce que vous dire.
Yo te kon sat marijuana.
You dit que
Yo te kon sat lan.
they took the stuff away.
Okay.
I would expect
Don't
that.
talk about the facts of the case.
Okay,
Judge
pa-
informed me his friends are going to post his bond.
All right, your bond's
Hey.
$250.
Okay.
Good luck.
Bon que vous mettez sous à, caution vous mettez sous à, c'est $250.
Ya kilem gen ban, kilem gen kod.
Kilo gain?
Kilem ap gen kod.
When will I have court? When will I come to court?
Soon. Your
Bientôt.
friends are posting bond. They'll give you, make
Yo
sure they have the right
exactement.
address.
Nous pas gain date là.
And they'll mail something to you.
OK? Yo pral voyer par la poste là.
Ok, thank you.
Bon chance.
Bonne chance, monsieur le Dieu, juge Ladio. Juge Ladio, bonne chance.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. Do we have anybody else that speaks only Creole?
Est-ce que nous avons autre monde qui parle seulement créole?
No one else here at Maine, Judge.
All right, so now let's go to Spanish. What's his name? Javier Bueso, good afternoon.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon.
You swear to translate English to Spanish, Spanish to English to the best of your abilities.
I do. Alicia Stedmoller, certified court interpreter.
Have a great day. Thank you. Sir, you're in custody for one count of trespass. No,
Señor,
that's not
está-
you. Hang on. For one count of DUI,
Tiene un cargo de manejar bajo los efectos,
I guess two counts of DUI.
dos cargos de manejar bajo los efectos,
Operating without a valid license.
guiar sin licencia válida.
What's his bond?
¿Cuál es su fianza? $1,500.
Why haven't you bonded out?
¿Por qué no ha salido bajo fianza?
Le hablé a mi patrón, pero dijo que iba a pagar la fianza y todavía no.
I spoke to my boss and he said he was going to pay the bond, but he still hasn't.
State?
If I don't know if I mean I have no problem with pending verification if they can verify a residence.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do, is
Esto es
bond's
lo que
gonna
vamos a
remain at
hacer.
$1,500.
Su fianza va a quedar en $1,500.
I'll place him on pretrial
Lo voy a poner en libertad antes del juicio
upon verification of a stable residence
cuando verifiquen una residencia estable
and any other requirements.
y cualquier otro requisitos.
If he's placed on pretrial,
Si lo ponen en libertad bajo juicio antes del juicio,
he's gonna be subject to random
va a ser sujeto a pruebas al azar
weekly alcohol tests
y pruebas al azar de semanal de alcohol
and drugs.
y drogas.
Do you understand, sir?
¿Entiende, señor?
Sí.
Yes, yes, sir.
Buenos suerte, pasa buenos días.
Gracias.
Is there anybody else that speaks Spanish in any of the facilities?
¿Alguien más que hable español?
Judge, at me.
Okay,
It's Mr. Matos. He's on the second look docket. His first language is Spanish. He speaks a little English, but he'll feel more comfortable in Spanish, Judge.
all right, Mr. Matos, you're in front of me for a trespassing charge. What's
Señor
his bond?
Matos, está frente a mí por intrusión.
$100, I believe, Judge.
Su fianza es $100.
What do you want to do with this one, State?
I'm sorry. Who is this? I'm sorry. Is this?
William Matos Ortiz,
Oh,
$100 bond.
yeah, it's a trespass. Do you have a copy of the?
You've done 5 days in jail, ROR.
Well, no, I was just actually checking to see if I can make an offer. I don't know if.
All right, hang on for a minute. We'll see if you want to resolve it.
Vamos
Do
a
you
ver
want to
si
resolve
quiere
it?
resolverlo. ¿Quiere resolverlo?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, let me.
All right, sir,
Ooh,
you swear, affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Jura o afirma decir la verdad, solamente la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Sí.
Yes.
I'm not going to be able to make an offer. He's got a pending robbery with a firearm or deadly weapon.
You got a robbery firearm
tiene,
charge
tiene
pending.
un arma de robo con arma.
Was that
I already did that.
okay? Let me check.
I believe you resolved it.
Él lo resolvió.
What was the resolution?
¿Cuál fue la resolución de ese caso?
Okay.
¿Cómo?
He resolved it to a grand theft.
It was switched to grand theft.
Yes.
Is he on paper? What did they do to him?
¿Y qué le hicieron?
364 days credit time served.
364 días tiempo cumplido.
And how
Yes.
much time do you have in custody
¿Y
now?
cuánto tiempo tiene en la cárcel ahora por esta?
Desde el viernes.
Since Friday.
Yeah, I'm just making sure this wasn't.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, you're going to get deported.
¿Entiende que si no es ciudadano americano va a ser deportado?
Sí.
Yes.
You understand there's points assessed with this charge if you resolve this case today.
¿Entiende que va a tener puntuaje agregado por este cargo si resuelve este caso hoy?
Sí.
Okay,
Yes.
so in other words, if you do another criminal offense at some point in the future, it
En
will
otras
result in more
palabras,
points.
Si usted tiene otro cargo penal en el futuro, eso va a resultar en más puntos.
Sí.
Yes.
Which means more time in jail or
¿Qué
prison.
quiere decir más tiempo en la cárcel o prisión?
Sí.
Yes.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the federal government can use this to deport you.
Entiende que si no es ciudadano americano de los Estados Unidos, el gobierno federal puede usar esto para deportarlo.
Sí.
Yes.
You still want to resolve it today?
¿Todavía quiere resolverlo hoy?
Sí.
Yes.
You don't want the public defender's office or the attorney of your choosing to help you.
¿No quiere el abogado de oficio o un abogado que usted escoja que lo ayude?
¿Querés resolverlo hoy?
I want to resolve it today.
Anybody making you do that?
¿Alguien lo está obligando a hacer esto?
No.
No.
Are you under the influence of an alcoholic beverage or controlled substance?
¿Está bajo los efectos de una bebida alcohólica o sustancia regulada?
No.
Are you
No.
under the care of psychiatrist, psychologist?
¿Está bajo el cuidado de psiquiatra o psicólogo?
No.
No.
Should you be?
¿Debe de estar?
No.
No.
How do you plead?
¿Cómo se declara?
No. No contes.
No contest.
All right, I accept your no contest
Acepto
plea.
su declaración de no disputa.
I adjudicate you guilty.
Lo dicto culpable.
1 day in the Broward County Jail.
Un día en la cárcel del condado.
No un año, un día.
Ay, God.
All right,
No
1
un
day in
año,
the
un
Broward
día,
County Jail.
Un día
Good
en la
luck.
cárcel del condado. Buena suerte.
Judge, and you'll take judicial notice for the time already spent, correct?
Yeah, but it sounds like he's got about 300 days left. But yeah,
No,
I'll
no,
take.
no, Judge. That case, he's not being held on that.
Oh, the one that.
No, he was sentenced to 364. He had like 340 days at the time of his sentence.
Okay. So yeah, I'm taking judicial notice of.
Entonces voy a anotar
Today.
judicial
Sorry.
del día.
Have a good day. Bye
Tenga
bye.
buen día. Adiós.
Thank you.
Anybody else speak Spanish?
¿Alguien más que hable español?
No one else hearing me.
Have a good day.
Tenga buen día.
Jose Aguilera. Jose Aguilera.
Judge, I've been informed he bonded.
All right. Charles Paul. Charles Paul.
I've been informed he bonded. Oh, we have one that I believe you may have skipped, Judge. Kenneth Phillips. He was previous to Mr. John.
Kenneth
Charles.
Phillips. Kenneth
Mr.
Phillips.
Kenneth Phillips, come on up.
Court finds probable cause. The court orders no victim contact with Tammy Miller. Do you understand that, sir? Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah.
All right, your bond's going to be set in the amount of $25. Good luck.
Judge, and speaking Mr. Phillips, he's asked me to ask the court if you would consider resolving his case.
No, I can't. I need to let the victim speak.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
All right, good luck. Daryl Dumas. Daryl
Mr.
Dumas.
He's your main judge?
Mr. Dumas, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I regret to inform you that you're being held on 3 separate cases. You have no bond warrant and your felony cases. You'll have court on the 24th on that, okay?
Yes, sir.
And then you have your 2 misdemeanor cases, which is 17-818 and 17-1046. Bond on those is a combined $2,000. Good luck, young man.
That's it?
That's it. Douglas Justice, Mr. Justice.
Both Broward.
Broward, Your Honor.
Hello.
Yes, sir. How you doing, sir?
Better than you by the looks of it. All right. Have you eaten?
Yes, sir. A little bit, sir.
All right. You have 4 charges or 3 charges. 1 is criminal. I guess 2 are criminal. That's possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you understand?
Yes, it was just a paraphernalia.
Don't say anything about the facts of the case, Mr. Justice.
Yes, sir. I understand, sir.
All right.
And
State.
Your Honor, I believe the court wants to be made aware. I'm showing Mr. Justice is out right now on a pending grand theft.
Any violent criminal history? Armed burglary with a
It
weapon.
was armed burglary, ag assault, and 2 counts of grand theft from '96. He violated probation, was sentenced to 63.5 months Florida State Prison.
Has he been in any trouble other than the grand theft in this?
Yes, he
PVP in 2015.
He what?
Possession of PVP in
And-
2015.
four months after the pending grand theft was filed, he pled out a theft on August 29th, 2016.
All right, well, in reviewing the probable cause affidavit, I do find probable cause. I also take note of the fact that he didn't resist, he didn't give law enforcement a hard time, and he didn't create any additional issues.
And it is residue.
So, I don't need your help with this.
Okay, I'm just, doing the best I can over here, Judge.
All right, I'm not gonna revoke your pretrial release. As to count 1, the possession of cocaine, I'll put your bond at $500. Counts 2 and 3 don't require a monetary bond. Good luck.
So what?
You can't.
You can bond out for $500.
Getting any better than that.
Which is a very good result for you under the circumstances, Mr. Justice.
I don't have anybody to bond me out.
Well, sorry to hear that. You'll be back in a while then. Good luck. All right.
Bring you back in a couple of days, Douglas, all right?
What? Huh? Where?
Well, nothing.
No. BSO, what'd you say?
No, I was just advising him to go back inside himself.
Was informing him that he may come back pursuant to the AO on a second look, but in fact, he has a pending felony.
Jordan Cray.
He does not.
Good point. Thank you.
Mr. Cray is here present, Judge, at Maine.
State, what's he on probation for?
1 moment, Your Honor. We'll check.
Apparently it's a DUI.
Actually, no, this is. 1 moment, Your Honor. I'm just trying to understand what's happening. This is unusual. He was placed on probation August 2nd by Judge Gottlieb for 9 months on a DUI. And Odyssey, it's showing that he's scheduled for a hearing on misdemeanor diversion program before Judge Zeller. But that doesn't make sense because he's on probation. Oh, okay. Here's what happened, Your Honor. Count 1 on that case was a possession of cannabis. He pled out the DUI, got put on probation.
Bifurcated the case.
The cannabis went to drug court. So he's got that case. It looks like that case might be pending in drug court. Count 2, he's on DUI, he's on probation.
Give me a good story here, Brian. Got one?
I haven't spoken to him, Judge.
Mr. Cray, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, okay? How old are you?
20, sir.
Where do you live?
With my family in Pembroke Pines, sir.
Who's your family?
My grandparents. My grandma and grandpa, sir.
Do you have a job?
Yes, Your Honor. Right now I'm in between jobs, but I just recently stopped working and I'm looking for another job. I was working for my stepdad, sir.
Judge, I'm looking at the notes on the DUI case compiled by the Assistant Public Defender who represents Mr. Cray on that. And I notice a tremendous amount of contact between Mr. Cray and his Assistant Public Defender, and also with Mr. Cray's family. There's all kinds of phone contact messages in here, all kinds of phone numbers for his family in here.
Can I put him on pretrial?
I mean, he sort of was on pretrial just after the case. He's on probation. My biggest concern is he knew he's supposed to be going in front of Judge Zeller tomorrow on a drug court case. And if we go by this report, the day before he's supposed to be seeing Judge Zeller, he's caught with cocaine, THC, paraphernalia.
You know why I chew this gum?
Well,
Because addictions are a hard thing to beat.
no doubt.
Was he
whatsoever.
driving with the cocaine?
Well, yes. Well, wait.
I believe the case.
He was the front passenger. I
He's the
think.
front passenger.
I'm putting him
But
on pretrial over the state's objection, but I'm ordering weekly alcohol and drug tests. I'm ordering a baseline to be done upon his release from jail. And I want one of them expensive tests so we can figure out the strength of the drugs. If that number ticks up even 1 iota, you're going to jail, no bond. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
I don't think I can say that, but I just did, so.
Your Honor, this, no bond, he won't have to post any bond?
No, just let him out. We're gonna put him on pretrial. We're gonna make him come and give a urine every week. Every week. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right. The only reason you're not gonna sit in jail is because you were a passenger, not a driver. Good luck.
Thank you.
Can you get a hold of Zeller's prosecutor?
That's what I'm working on.
Let the prosecutor know I think there's a problem here, and
Yeah.
I'd like Judge Zeller to aggressively look at it. Any objection to that, Brian?
Your Honor.
Yeah, put him on pretrial. Kid's got a drug problem.
It's just reading my mind.
Treonzik Pierre. Treonzik Pierre. North Broward. Hello.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. State.
Yes, Your Honor, this is a change of charge from burglary of a dwelling to attempted burglary of a dwelling. I provided Your Honor and Mr. Reedy with copies of the original PC that I believe it was Judge Miller, reviewed. One, as you can see from the original PC, it's pretty clear on its face that it was an attempt. Would also note that Mr. Pierre is being held no bond on a VOP. Your Honor, Judge Miller set a $3,500 bond upon review of the probable cause affidavit and hearing all his information. I'd ask that that $3,500 bond be kept in place.
What say it the Office of the Public Defender in and for the 17th Judicial Circuit?
Mr. Pierre is gonna have to go in front of his division judge to resolve these no bond holds anyway, Judge, so I don't think that $3,500 is unreasonable. He's not gonna be able to be released until he goes in front of his division judge.
So, Mr. Pierre, I'm gonna try and explain this to you, okay?
I understand clearly, sir.
All right,
That's
then.
it. But I understand clearly.
All right. Good luck to you, young man. Take care.
You too.
Yeah, Your Honor, setting the bond at $3,500?
$3,500. Wilfredo Sanchez.
Oh, you taking them all? Because they asked me to. They asked me to. No, it's okay. I'll let them know.
Mr. Sanchez, hello again.
How you doing?
All right, so I was the judge last time you were here. I set your bond at $50,000, which in and of itself tells me there was something else going on.
Your Honor, yes, we have filed it to an attempted burglary of a dwelling. I believe the reason that the court set the bond at $50,000, I feel pretty secure in this, is in addition to the allegations, Mr. Sanchez was out on bond or release on pending charges of burglary of a dwelling, grand theft, dealing in stolen property, and false ownership info on a pawn item. Your Honor did revoke his bond and or release on those charges, and he's currently being held no bond on those.
So he's being held no bond on that other case, and I set his bond at $50,000 for an additional burglary, which you're now filing as an attempt.
Yes, Your Honor,
And this whole case would still be in front of the same judge in totem, correct?
yes.
Brian, what do you think I should do?
I think Mr. Sanchez needs to go in front of his division judge. I'd ask for a $2,500 bond. He's gonna have to go in front of his division judge to be released anyway.
Even though it's an attempt, Your Honor, I think closer, if the court's inclined to reduce it, I think closer to the $50,000 is still more appropriate. I believe Your Honor set the bond
Court
based on your
sets the defendant
concern.
bond at $10,000. Good luck, young man.
Thank you.
He's held no bond on the other charge.
No, I know. I understand.
All right, let's do second looks. Let's start with Brandon Johnson. Well, hang on for a minute. Conte. I'm always being nice to North Broward, and I'm tired of that. What can I?
I'm not tired of it.
What can I do? What can I do for? Actually, hang on, Conte. You're gonna have to wait. Young lady, come on up here. How you doing today? What is your name, sweetheart? What is it?
Tamara McCall.
Tamara McCall. Who belongs to Tamara McCall?
Conti.
All right.
All right.
What's your son's name, sweetheart?
Jamar Williams.
Jamar Williams.
Jamar Williams.
It's on page 4 of your motion.
I'm sorry, young lady.
Huh?
All right, State, what's going on Mr. Williams?
Your Honor, the state filed an information this afternoon, filing it as charged.
All right, so, Jamon, you were charged criminally with trafficking in heroin and use of a two-way device for what?
Using a two-way device to facilitate a felony.
What's that mean, a radio?
Cell phone, radio, some type of device for the commission of a felony.
All right, what was his bond
This
set at?
was, Your Honor, his bond was,
Mom, they filed the charges.
Oh, they did.
$250,000 on the trafficking. I don't recall what it was on count two. 5,000. There's also multiple conditions, Your Honor. Pretrial release, GPS level 1, full collateralization, no firearms or weapons.
And this is second count, what was it? I tell you what, I'm just gonna do. Bond is set at, same as prior.
Yeah, that's fine, Judge.
So, Mom, I regret to inform you, I'm a parent too, I understand.
Yes.
I regret to inform you that the state of Florida has filed all the charges against your son. So the bond is gonna remain at all the conditions it was before that, okay? I'm sorry,
Oh, there's no way the bond can be lower, so we can,
not by me.
okay.
You're either going to hire an attorney or the Office of the Public Defender or Regional Conflict or an appointed attorney will represent your son. I used to do that.
Yes, sir.
And one of the first things that the attorney will do is he'll or she will examine the bond amount. And they potentially, I'm not saying they will do this, but they potentially will reach out to the state and try and negotiate a lower bond by agreement. If that doesn't work, they potentially may file a motion in front of the judge that this case is assigned to try and get a lower bond or additional conditions or whatever it is that they're looking to get. But as far as today goes, right now, there's nothing to be done.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry.
Agreed to the bond reduction.
Ma'am, we're gonna get your information. All right, so the motion on Williams is denied. Good luck, young man. All right, Conte,
The last one is Kurt Katie.
Katie on page 5.
That's the thing. Oh, Kirkcade?
Kirk Cade, deliver of some kind of
We have
something.
not filed an information. He's
You did?
entitled to, no, we have not.
All right, young man, the state of Florida hasn't charged you with delivery of paraladenavojapironin
PvP.
near a park, so you're gonna be released on your own recognizance. Good luck, young man.
Thank you, sir.
Cade, is that what PvP is?
Yes.
Boy, I bet you
Now you can
couldn't say
understand-
that fast
Well, I was
3
gonna say, now
times.
you can understand why they call it PvP.
All right, deputy, how do you say this on here?
PvP.
No.
No, just say Flocka.
Yeah, you did.
Have a
Thank
good
you, sir.
evening. Take care.
Thank you.
Oh, we got a whole bunch at Paul Ryan.
We got one person here at Maine, Judge.
Well,
Oh, one person at Maine. We're gonna let Maine go. All right, who do you got at Maine?
last.
Mr. Thoniel Young.
Mr. Young.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Young, what are we doing, State?
We filed the resisting and tampering charges. We're declining the, for the time being, the cocaine charge.
Okay, so the cocaine charge was not filed, so as to count 1, you're gonna be released on your own recognizance. Do you understand?
And Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
just because you're writing it on the order, or were you writing it on the order? Could you specify just with the delivery of cocaine, just in case for some reason the jail has different numbers to different charges? I just don't want to see a mix up.
Yes, sir. Thank you. But they filed two out of the 3. The other
Got
2,
it. Done.
nothing we can be set, as is the bond.
All right, Maine Jail, have a good day. Thank you for your help. North Broward, what do you have left?
I have 2, Mr. Byram and Mr. Edwards.
Mr. Byram.
On your first. Mr. Edwards, have a seat here. You're going to be next.
Yes, sir. How you doing, sir?
Yes,
All
Judge.
right, what are we doing on that?
Your Honor, we have not yet filed an information. He is entitled to release on these charges.
You're gonna be released on your own recognizance on both charges. That doesn't mean they went away. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir. They got 175 days, right?
I don't give legal advice. I took a huge pay cut and got this fancy outfit. Have a good day. What's the other one? Deputy?
Mr. Edwards, Morris Edwards.
All right. Morris Edwards. Hello, Mr. Edwards. You're charged with delivery of heroin within 1,000 feet of probably a school or a church or something. And 2 counts of that. State?
Your Honor, we've not filed an information. He's entitled to release on these charges.
Sir, you're going to be released on your own recognizance on both these charges. All right, young man? Good luck. All right. You done at North Broward?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
I'll see you around Christmas.
Yeah.
Paul Rain.
Yes, sir.
All right, Julie Morose. Julie, you're charged with possession of cocaine and drug paraphernalia. Why am I here, State?
Your Honor, we have not yet filed an information. She's entitled to release on these charges.
Ma'am, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance on both these charges. I need to caution you, that doesn't mean they went away.
I understand that.
Good luck, young lady.
Thank you.
All right, Jim Mayhew. Jim Mayhew.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayhew, you're charged with distribution or delivery of heroin and trust to pass on property that's not a structure. State?
Your Honor, we have, let me make sure, but Ms. Mayhew, we have not filed an information.
Mr. Mayhew, you're entitled to a release on your own recognizance. That doesn't mean these charges have gone away. It just means they didn't file it and you have a right to be out on the street. Good luck, young man.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Kevin Pass. Kevin Pass.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pass, you're charged with 1 count of robbery firearm. State?
One moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, we have not yet filed an information. He's entitled to release in these charges.
Sir, you're going to be released on your own recognizance as well.
Your Honor, I would just ask if you could advise Mr. Paz that if a no contact order was originally issued, that it is still in effect.
All right, Mr. Paz, if there was a no contact order, it was originally issued, then that's still in effect. You're not to have any contact with the alleged victim. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good luck, young man.
Thank you.
What's that?
Rucker.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Mr. Rucker.
Yes,
How you doing?
You're charged with 1 count of delivery of cocaine. State?
We've not filed an information.
You're going to be released on your own recognizance as well. Good luck, young man.
Excuse me,
Yes, sir.
I need to be picked up any way you can advise me around what time I'll be released.
Well, from my experience, what happens, and this could have changed, but I've actually had this discussion with the former lieutenant colonel by the name of Neely, who's a close personal friend of mine, a heck of a guy. But I always used to ask him, why you let everybody go at 2 a.m? And his response was, well, it happens after we get done with shift change and the head count and all the paperwork and stuff like that. So my experience from being a defense attorney was my clients got out around 2 o'clock in the morning. So you'll be out, it'll be dark, trust me. All right, good luck, young man. Listen to me for 1 second. This does not mean it went away. It just means that the state hasn't filed it. So, if in fact they do file it and the police show up, just don't give them an issue, all right? All right, that's one of the things that we consider for all 4 of you. That's one of the things we consider is if they do file the charges, how you react. So don't give them a hard time. Just go peacefully.
I'm a peaceful guy now.
All right, I'm glad to hear that. So am I. I gave that up when I got out of the Marine Corps. All right, do we have anything else to do today?
I think we have Brandon Johnson. Did we do him?
Where's he at? Oh, sir, let me find your paperwork.
He's on the other second look docket.
The other set. Oh, here we go. Brandon Johnson trespassing. He's been in custody 12 days. State.
Yes, Your Honor. I just wanted to make sure.
Hello, Mr. Johnson.
Hello, Your Honor. I do have a violation of probation. Also, I think they gave me 12 days on that.
and they squashed everything. I think I still got like a couple days on that, I think.
He's kind of sentenced on his other case until 8/27.
All right, so you're in custody and in the county until the 27th, which is like 5-6 days from now. You understand?
Yeah, like
This,
4 days.
This was at a supermarket, Your Honor.
4 days, whatever it could be. What was he doing? Panhandling?
Approaching customers, yes, panhandling. He
What
had a
supermarket was it?
Saxon and Wall in Pompano Beach on 3rd Avenue.
Okay, yeah, no. All right, so Brandon, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to resolve this case, or do you want to fight it?
I want to resolve it.
You understand you have an absolute right to legal representation? You could have an attorney fight these charges.
I don't want to fight it, sir, because I know I was in the wrong. Okay? And the thing is, when the cop did arrest me, I wasn't on the property of the store. I was almost home
Okay,
when he arrested me.
okay.
I
So,
was like, if I would have crossed the street where I was, I would have been at my house. I live over there by Saxon Wall, sir.
okay,
I was riding my bike through. I saw a friend of mine. I said hello to him. And yes, I did. Yes, I did ask him to borrow $1 so I can get a cup of coffee. That's what happened. And they said I don't have it, so I said okay, and I rolled off. Then the cop followed me and arrested me across the street from my house, not on the property of the store.
okay. So,
Just let no.
and I appreciate that, but what you're telling me is that in your mind, you didn't do it.
No, I'm not saying I didn't do it.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
saying-
I must have
That's not
misunderstood.
what I'm saying. I know I did that. I know I asked him. I asked the person for $1.
I'm talking to you adult to adult here, all right? I'm wearing this robe because I kind of have to. It's in the rules somewhere.
Yeah, no problem.
But normally I like to talk to people as though we're peers. You with me? So in other words, you're no better than I am. I'm no better than you are. All right. So we're gonna have this little chat, right?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
What have we learned from this little ordeal?
Not to hang out by the store.
You got it. How do you plead?
I'm gonna plead no contest.
Okay, you're gonna plead no contest?
Yeah, because I'm not saying that I'm not guilty, but I'm gonna plead no contest.
You done?
Yes.
Withholding court costs. Have a good day, sir. This charge is resolved. Take care.
Okay, so I gotta stay in the next couple of days, right?
Yeah, no, because you entered a plea on this doesn't mean you get extra benefit from your other case.
Okay.
All right? Take care.
No problem. Hey, I was just wondering.
Court will be in recess. Thank you, BSO.
Be like the BOGO version.